All right, doing today's video a little bit different. Starting at 10 o'clock in the morning instead of later in the day after work and all that kind of stuff before I go to bed. Not really a particular reason besides I'm just home today. I'm working from home today and I have the time. I haven't done a whole lot this morning, but I will say that I woke up feeling pretty okay. So that's good. Hopefully we can, keep that ball rolling and pick up some momentum and maybe pull myself out of this hole. But I did want to talk about one thing that I read last night, and I had posted it on my social medias just to gather consensus of if this is a normal experience or not. But I'll speak about it here because maybe eventually I'll be able to look back on this, same thing, same sentiment. But it's basically about, and this is something that I've been concerned with in the past, and the concern comes and goes just as the issue itself comes and goes. But the issue is feeling like you lose your ability to socialize kind of at random. Now, this might not seem so random as, I'm in one of these funks right now, so maybe it isn't as random. Granted, the funks come at random, but you lose your ability to socialize where it's hard to recall information or words, hard to put your thoughts into words. You'll won't be able to make small talk or regular conversation even. Just everything's become so much more difficult. Even just, you know, interactions have become more awkward, even if they're not, you feel like it is, and it just becomes more difficult to have a genuine conversation. Um, and yeah, I don't know why, like you start overthinking the most basic things of social interaction, and it kind of comes and goes, and it's weird because I've even been complimented in the past at being good at conversations or interactions or whatever, and then at random it seems that all of this I guess skill, because I understand it's a skill just like anything else. You got to do it and develop it and continue to sharpen it to be able to keep it fresh and keep that, skill strong. And I mean, it's not like I guess intentionally isolate what am I saying? I don't even know. And at that point, I'm starting to just ramble, but um, yeah, I would say that this is something that I experience quite often, and I haven't been able to find a cause necessarily for that. Granted, I think it's it's probably associated with the anxiety and these little spells, but I'll have this even when I don't feel bad necessarily. So like right now, even, I'm not feeling the same symptoms, but yeah, I'm still struggling to have certain, social interactions and just more than usual. And it really is subjective, and it's hard to understand where people are coming from if you're not experiencing what they are experiencing, because I the way that people speak and relate can mean completely different things between two different people. So my experience is going to be different than many others, even the people that read the same thing and they agree with me. I wouldn't say that mine's a lot of, well, I'll say that because pretty much everybody, I read this on Reddit, and everyone on this subreddit had mentioned that it was associated with burnout. And I can ensure you that I am not burnt out right now. I'm not burnt out. I don't have a whole lot going on. So maybe even the inverse is I don't have enough going on, which could also be true. But it's strange because now if I were to have stopped ingesting or consuming information or podcasts or videos or haven't been talking to people in the last weeks or days or whatever it is, then I would understand. But that aspect has not really changed. I'm still listening to a variety of podcasts. I consume probably more media than I should via like YouTube and Instagram and those type of things. And yeah, it's just strange that thing, yeah. Let me gather my thoughts here. This is much more difficult than I really thought it was going to be. But hopefully I'll get a groove and eventually I can maybe start talking about specific topics or something like that. Oh, and another thing is I want to start. The thing is like to fill my time. I always want to start doing a bunch of things at once because I enjoy the thought of being a jack of all trades and having many skills, and I think that's a good thing. But I wonder if it can lead me, like, if I could, if it could induce some, you know, anxiety or what. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Okay. Well, I think I need to gain some. Probably need to start having a structure for what I'm talking about. This is day 4, and hopefully, honestly, these get better as the days go on, and maybe more productive because I'm kind of finding this to be a difficult thing to do. Just talk for 10 minutes and say anything productive if I don't have a topic I'm talking about, or if I don't really have anything going on necessarily. Or even, I mean, I guess I started this one with the topic of losing your ability to socialize, but I kind of already spoke about everything there was to speak about that. It kind of, well, I guess like I got 2 minutes left. I could talk about how, I mean, yeah, it affects you in ways that you would kind of expect it to. It affects all your relationships and friendships and all of that. A lot of time if you're not good at it and or you feel like you've lost your ability, you kind of isolate yourself from that and you don't put yourself out there. But I'm not going to say that's not what I do. Now, that's obviously what you want to do, but I understand that you can't avoid it completely because just as I've said before, it's a skill that you got to keep developing. And especially in this situation, looking for a solution, I think the way that I intuitively think that you could overcome something like this is when you feel like this, where you feel like you've lost the ability or your skills have regressed, you go put yourself in that situation anyway, and then you'll become comfortable, socializing when you don't feel like you're good at it or you feel like your, ability has declined. And usually, I mean, that can work, but it just, like, you'll do it. And the thing is, it's kind of just like doing it and you'll do it anyway. Like, so I guess it's a good coping skill, but it's not a solution. I would like to find a solution to pull myself out of this for future reference. And that's one of the things that maybe in the coming days, I'm going to try to figure out, see if I can find anything out about that. But we're at 10 minutes. Make a video tomorrow.